I have some thoughts on Buddhism. From what I understand, these Buddhists, these monks that are trying to obtain enlightenment, are doing so in environments that are conducive to it. For example, they don't have jobs. They live in a quiet place with little distractions. They're able to completely focus on their craft, becoming enlightened, meditation, all that. And everyone around them as well is trying to do the same thing. This sort of creates a strong positive feedback loop for these Buddhists, where it seems inevitable that they'll reach some sort of enlightenment or what have you. And I think my biggest criticism of that is that the environment they are doing that in is not necessarily a real environment. It's sterile and seems very fake. What I'd like to see is Buddhism spread to the streets, like an everyday Buddhism with everyday struggles, where the tool sets that they're given or taught are applicable to everyday life. I think this is where secular Buddhism is trying to step in. Granted, a lot of it is ignoring and completely disregarding a lot of the texts of Buddhism, but I feel that the end product right now is something more compatible with someone living a real life, someone who has to deal with going to their job every day, dealing with family, dealing with friends with problems, dealing with their own problems in the social life, economic life, university life, what have you. More compatible with dealing with just different types of people and interactions in general. I think that's why the big focus for secular Buddhism, or Western Buddhism in general, is the focus on mindfulness. In addition, the Buddhists that you have in the monasteries, in their abodes away from the cities and towns, they are not really doing much. Compared to Christianity, especially in Western society, Buddhism doesn't really do much. It has no merit in the world on the large scheme of things. The example I'm thinking of is how Christians will use their efforts and their money to help with charities and relief funds and helping people overseas, for example, from tsunamis and earthquakes and that kind of stuff. You really don't see Buddhists doing that. And you really don't have Buddhists beyond the Dalai Lama, from what I can tell, that really make any sort of large statements as far as the social realm goes. It seems that they're typically just up in their monasteries doing their own thing and have no real connection to the rest of the world. They don't get their hands dirty with everybody else. I guess this street Buddhism will give us real Buddhists who act in the real world, doing real things that affect the world, beyond teaching people how to meditate properly. It'll also give people in the real world, this street Buddhism, real tools to use in the real world. It doesn't seem useful that the most prominent Buddhists are the ones up on the mountainside doing nothing but sitting.